Okay, so this news actually came recent. Now, I know in the video where I was kind of ranting about games, I did mention Chasms hasn't really said anything and the game's most likely not gonna come. But shortly after that video, we actually got news on Chasms, which is good and bad at the same time. It's not that it's bad, it's just I wasn't expecting this. So do me a huge favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This video won't be long, but it's something and the game's coming, so you should know this information. Okay, so we are in the Discord server for this. Now, the first thing I will say is I don't really know how to feel about this. Now, this is good. I'm not gonna be here. This whole week, I'm not gonna be here. So I'm not gonna get to play Chasms. You guys are gonna get to experience it. I will probably do like a little live stream at the location where I'm at, so you guys can tell me how the game is in chat. It's a little bit different, but we'll see how it goes. So beta release on the 31st or on June 1st. Regardless, I won't be here for any of that. So what's that, Saturday or Sunday? Most likely going to be Sunday. If the developer gives you 2 dates, just assume the last date is the option. So beta release on Saturday or Sunday, June 31st or June 1st or May 31st. I wasn't expecting a beta, I was expecting a release, but I guess that's better than nothing. Beta just means the game's probably going to be released to everybody to play. The game will be released for everyone to play, but it's still in its like early access phases. Kind of similar to how Arcane Odyssey came out in its like beta / alpha, and now it's coming for full release. Essentially, this is the route Chasms is taking. The official date will be confirmed with the upcoming trailer. Now, what I will say is that this was 2 days ago, and as you can see, it's the 26th here. When is the trailer coming out? I do think it's weird to put a trailer out the day before. Like, the most optimal date to put out a trailer for Chasms would be the 30th, right? But it wouldn't make sense to put it out on the 30th, because putting a trailer in and say, hey guys, the game comes out tomorrow, I don't really feel like it's building enough time to generate traction and hype for the game. Honestly, it's doing marketing backwards for the game. Yes, a lot of people do have their eyes on the game now, but it would be better if the trailer came out like a week before the game out. Gives time for people to kind of, you know, build up momentum and motion and anticipation. I honestly think since we are clearly on the week of the release, and Monday's almost finished, so I doubt they're gonna put out a trailer today. So by the time you guys see this video, it's probably gonna be Wednesday. So there might actually be a trailer. There might be a trailer. I might be speaking early, but by the time you guys see this, it will be Wednesday. If there's not a trailer, what I'm saying stands, and if there isn't, I guess what I'm saying doesn't stand. So if you bring out a trailer anywhere within these days, again, it just doesn't make sense. Honestly, I think it's too late to bring out a trailer. Realistically, Monday or Tuesday, cool. But Wednesday, no. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it just doesn't make sense. There's not enough time. Honestly, a week before, if not a month before, anywhere between a week and a month is the most optimal time to put out a trailer showcasing a game that you have a release date for. It gives people time to anticipate, it builds up hype, it builds up suspension, and it just makes people crave the game. It's common marketing knowledge, right? Doesn't make sense to drop it the day of or the day before or even the week of, unless it's like a big game that already has hype based around it. It doesn't make sense to market your game like that. It's not even an opinion, it's a fact. However, games can have that sudden burst in popularity. RuneSlayer was one of them, but even then, RuneSlayer had a lot of time between trailers, content creators making videos, and hype build-up. Again, they even allowed certain creators to hop in the game early to build up that anticipation. That hasn't been done with Chasms as of right now. And by the time this video comes out, I won't even be in the country, so I wouldn't be able to do that either. So cool. I know I yapped for a bit, but that was low-key an important yap session. Maybe more for the developers or developers watching this video than community members. But if you're a member of the community and you want to make games on this platform one day, that information was useful to you too. Expect at least one class, 12 abilities. I guess it's a beta. Beta means the game is unfinished to a certain extent. One class is a little bit low. One class is a little bit low. A little bit, that's the bare minimum. So a little bit, maybe a lot of it. One class is low. I'm assuming this one class is pretty high quality because there is going to be 12 different abilities. We don't know if the abilities correspond with having that class or it's just 12 abilities overall that you can use. Again, I don't really think 12 abilities is a lot either. However, if there's only one class and 12 abilities, hopefully the gameplay cycle, the gameplay repetition is actually interesting. If the gameplay cycle isn't interesting and there's actually not a lot of content in the game, one class, 12 abilities, that is going to hinder people's interpretation of this game. I will say that people will come off really harsh when the game comes out, and people won't accept it really good. I'm not being a hater. Constructive criticism, right? Player can equip up to 4, so you can equip up to 4 abilities at a time. There's 12 abilities, so there's a couple combos you can do. Again, not too sure how much content that is actually. It's all gonna really depend on how replayable this game is, how replayable is the content. Various companions that serve as utility during your runs. This is content, but it's not significant content. It doesn't actually really add to too much. It's literally just like having a pet. And then layer 1, the caverns, boss 1, King Neptune. We don't know how in-depth or how big layer 1 is, so I can't speak on that. And then there's one boss, King Neptune. Again, I'm going to definitely live stream where I'm at, the location, and just to get you guys' opinions on the game when it does come out. If you tune into the live stream, it will be me on camera, which is pretty weird to me, but I do want to know what's going on whilst everything's happening. So if you guys play the game whilst on the live stream, give me current and live feedback as you're playing. Content for release will be very limited. They did say it's going to be limited. You guys have been warned. However, expect the game to receive frequent content additions from the team. So the game's frequently going to be getting updated. We don't know if this is every week, every 2 weeks, every month. I'm assuming if it's between every 2 weeks to every month, the content updates should be somewhat significant, expansive. Not only adding more classes and abilities and companions, but obviously adding more layers eventually. I guess the layers will be bigger updates, so it might be like every month we get a new layer, and then every 2 weeks we get a new class or something. So again, we're just gonna have to wait and see. It is quite interesting. The game isn't actually coming out with a lot of content. Part of me does feel like maybe the game should be worked on a little bit more, but this is already publicly been spoke about here and in the comment section of my Chasms video. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Pretty interesting. I'm currently working on the content listed above. Oh, currently working on the content listed above. Does that mean the content's not finished as of this post? Which again is pretty scary. There's constructive criticism. I'm not bashing or hating. That's pretty scary. I would assume the game that's meant to release a week from the time this was posted would be in a state where you're really just testing for bugs, bug fixing and patching any issues that may already be in the game with that content. It's because this was posted a week out from the release window. Me personally, I just don't think that's enough time. And then there's meant to be a trailer as well, where I don't really know where the time for the trailer is. The only days that the trailer could be dropped is between Monday and Friday, and I don't think it's coming Monday because that's when I'm recording this, and it's almost 10 p.m. or it's 9 p.m. now, and there's nothing. I know NA times, but still. So between what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is the time. The windows are a bit sticky, and usually when we do see short time frames and time windows having to be stuck to, developers do make mistakes. I'm speaking Roblox, and I'm not speaking these guys, I'm speaking in general. Developers do make mistakes when the short time frames and everything needs to be done in such a short window. And in games pay the price for situations like this. We've seen it since like 2020. So it's a pattern. Hopefully the pattern breaks here, but I don't expect that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to sliding in Chasms when I get back from my holiday. Shout out to y'all boys, but I don't think it's looking too. Not the game's looking. The game looks amazing, but I'm not too sure if the information we're seeing here is looking too good. I'll be so honest. We got some new sneaks. I haven't seen this, so I'm just gonna quickly watch it. That's actually, and the animations are so good. Maybe when you're in the air, it doesn't have like this little thing. Maybe it like pulls the rock up from wherever the surface is. That would be better. Who am I to say anything about what should and what shouldn't? Then we have another sneak here of some abilities. No, this game is super high quality. Okay, so I do see. Look at this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. Okay, copyright music. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to mute this one as well, isn't it? Let me see. Okay, there was no music there. Alright, cool. So I'm not gonna lie, these are some high quality Rumble and then Borrow. Looks exactly like Dig from Pokemon. Exactly like Dig from Pokemon. These are some high quality animations. No, this is beautiful. This is honestly beautiful. I honestly really do hope this game does actually decently to the point where we can actually see future updates for this. Because imagine when the game has like 5 to 10 different classes with like 100 new abilities. We have at least ones left through 5. This game will be expansive at that point. This game has so much potential. I do think everything's coming a little bit too early though. This game's beautiful, bro. This game's honestly beautiful. Honestly beautiful. Have I seen this sneak? This game is high quality, bro. The mobs look insane. Some sort of upgrade. Maybe for abilities. Minor and Prophet. Don't know if those are going to be. Maybe we said they're only getting one class side. Probably only getting Minor. I'll be honest, man. The game looks beautiful. The amount of content we're getting on release looks a bit scary. A little bit scary. But I do want to see this game flourish and thrive. This game looks really interesting. The animations look beautiful. The movement looks beautiful. Honestly, I hope the best for this game, but it's a sticky one. We're going to have to wait and see. I love and appreciate y'all. I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.